Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. As you can see, I have finally had my hair done. I absolutely love how it's come out. It just feels so much more me. The hairdresser did a really good job on it. We do still have some of the blue left in there right on the ends that just wouldn't go, but she really did try, and it's taken out so much compared to what was there before. If I get really bored over the summer, I might chuck on another color just over the blue bits, not over the whole thing again, because that was just too much work to try and get it out. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, overall really happy with the color. I think you guys will probably have already seen it depending on what video goes up first, but yeah, there we go. This is me showing you my hair color, and I really like the way it looks. So for today's look, we're gonna be doing this pink and blue cut crease. And the reason I did this look is that last year, shortly after I had my highlights done, I did a blue and pink look at the time. It was really inspired by a lot of the looks that we were seeing from people using the Amrezy palettes, and I, at the time, used some W7 palettes for it. Their version of the Amrezy palette hadn't come out just yet, but I managed to get a pretty good look with what I already had. And with the blonde hair, I thought, why not do a new version of the look using different products, using different techniques, see how it compares today to over a year ago. Yeah, so that's basically what we're going to be doing today. I am going to be using my Beauty Bay and Mmmmitchell palette, which is discontinued, I know, but it just had the right colors for what I wanted to do today. But I'm also going to be using a couple of other palettes and just loads of other bits and just having a bit of fun. So if you guys would like to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Alright guys, I've got my P&G's base and my pink honey on as always, so we're gonna jump into my Beauty Bay and Mmmmitchell palette. I'm not gonna hold it up to show you all of the shades, I'll just put a picture on the screen because it is really annoying to hold up. I just wanna show you the state that it's in. Look at that, it's just, it's pigmented, and I still think it's a shame that they discontinued it. You know, it would help if I could find the brush that I need to use, but apparently not. There we go. All right, the first shade I'm gonna take is Motto on my Morphe M124, and we are doing a rounded shape today. So you guys know the drill at this point, working with my eye open to place my color. I'm gonna come in on the outer corner down here. It just helps me get my shape, and then we're gonna try and get that nice and rounded, which I normally struggle with. And then I'm just gonna bring it just into the outer corner as well. Okay, it's looking a little bit messy, a little bit patchy for now, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm gonna go in with more colors. I'm just more focusing on placing things for the moment. So next up, I'm gonna take a Morphe M506 with the shade Mini. And when working with this palette, I do tend to use my smallest brushes just because she's pretty pigmented. So I don't want the eyeshadow going all over the place. I need to be quite controlled with it. So literally all I'm doing is very slowly blending. Nothing super exciting at this stage. Just focusing on the blending and that rounded shape. Yeah. I don't know why, but the rounded shape always goes better on this eye, not on this one. It's really annoying. Anyway, moving on to my next shade, I'm gonna go into Morning Glory on a Sigma E36, and this one is super pigmented, so again, I'm gonna really take my time. Can you guys see all the fallout I'm getting on the lid? Pretty intense. I'm almost wishing I'd kept the Morphe M506 for this. I'm waiting for Morphe to have a really good sale like they had last year so that I can just stock up on a bunch of brushes. So yeah, just blending all around. I do feel like maybe some of their newer formulas do work a little bit better. Like when I'm using the new Romantic, for example, I feel that the newer formulas are maybe a little bit easier to work with, a little bit easier to blend, but the pigmentation on this one, just incredible. And then I think I'm going to take my Morphe M514 for the shade Milkshake. It's a little bit fluffier, but I do want the blend to soften out now. And that is such a pretty pastel pink. There's not even really a shade like this one in the Pastels palette. This is a gorgeous blending shade. Look at that. It is really just softening it up. Look at how cool toned that is as well. So cool toned. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go from my darkest back to my lightest shade again, just to deepen everything up. I'm just gonna start by taking Motto again, but this time I'm gonna go on a Zoeva 231 because I just think it's gonna be easier at this stage.
Yeah, my life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you flying, see you looking down and out, coming to me crying, saying you miss having me.
I think I might also highlight my brow bone at this stage, which I wouldn't normally do, but while I'm here, I'm just gonna take the shade Muffin on a small flat brush. I am going to spray that. You guys have heard me say that these shimmers are not my favorite. They can be very pretty, but they are so chunky. So spraying the brush really helps. Okay, listen, when you can get them to work, they are nice. I will admit that, like, that is really pretty, but I can't always get them to work. And then I'm just gonna go back over the edge with my M514. All right, I am really happy with that blend. That is looking really big. So I'm just gonna quickly go off camera to cut my crease and then I'll be right back. All right, so my cut crease is on. I've used the P. Louise Acid Rain blank canvas paint today because I think I've only used it once. I need to experiment with it some more, so that's what we're doing today. But as you can see, I haven't faded it in just yet, so we're gonna start with that. I'm gonna take the Zoeva 231 that I used with Motto. I've picked up a little bit of extra product and I'm gonna start by popping that on. I think I'm just going to try and take it in a bit of a diagonal, really. Then I'm going to take another 231 and this time I'm going to go into Morgan, which is the purple. And I'm going to take my time here, kind of like what I was doing with the blending for the crease. I don't want each colour kind of spreading out too far. I'm just slowly building a transition. And then I'm going to take a Sigma E36 and this time I'm going to use Mist, which is the blue. And again, taking my time here. And then I think a tiny bit more of Morgan. And then a little bit of Motto again. Okay, so for the rest of the lid, I searched through my whole collection for the perfect blue shade that was kind of turquoise, but not too much. I went through loads of palettes. I came so close to placing an order on the Pastel Roses just to get one of their blue pigments. I've been dying to place another order from them. You guys have seen me use them. They're a great indie brand. Then I remembered I was trying to be on a no-buy, so I was going to try and use what I had in my collection. So I found a couple of options. I am going to start off with Pat McGrath. This is the iEcstasy Subversive eyeshadow palette, and it has this gorgeous metallic blue here, which is called... There is a shade called Blue Blood, but apparently it's not the blue. I think this is Lapis Luxury. I'm just gonna pick it up on a flat brush. I'm gonna make sure I haven't got any creasing. Tap all of that out. And now I'm gonna pop that on. Oh, that is a very pretty shade. Look at that. I was literally about to say that I wish there was a metallic blue shade in the Mmmmitchell palette, which there is. There's literally two of them. There's the really light one and then there's a dark one, but the dark one is just too dark for what I need it for. I just don't think I'm super happy with the selection of metallic shades. I would have chosen something else personally, but that's fine because I did manage to find other things in my collection that will work just fine. And then I'm going to take another flat brush and this time I'm going to go into the MUA Bright Luster eyeshadow palette. This is very cheap. It makes a decent alternative to the Pat one. It's just a little bit lighter. I'm just trying to build a nice transition. I'm going to have to come back and blend it in a second, but that's fine. And then I'm going to come back with a little bit more of the Pat shadow. I mean, they transition pretty seamlessly into one another, don't they? Very similar colours. I don't know that I needed both of them. I think they look quite similar, to be fair. I'm also just going to take a bit more of Mist. I'm going to blend out here. And then also a little bit more of Morgan. Ooh, that's making a very, very pretty shade of blue down there. Take this P. Louise brush. This is from the Cancelled collection. I think it came with one of the paints, I'm not sure. I have picked up the shade Marine, and again I am going to spray that. That's gonna go right on the inside of my cut crease. God, can you see already, even though I've sprayed that brush, just how chunky that is? I'm taking it all around the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really chunky, but it's also really reflective. I have to say, it does look really pretty. I just tend to find that these shades are just more work than they're worth. But I think overall, mixed in with these other shades today, it's doing a good job. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the MUA one, just to blend them in. I feel like my blending with the pat shadow also needs a little bit more work. So I'm going to switch back and add some more of that one. Alright, I am pretty happy with how that's looking. I will probably add some liner, but I'm first just going to go and do the other side, match it up, decide what I'm doing with the lower lash line, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so my lower lash line is now primed, and I've decided to go a lot more purple. I felt like I wanted a little bit of a contrast, but not too much. So I'm going to start by taking the shade Motto again. The brush that I'm using is a Morphe M152, and that's just going to go along the whole of the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go into Morgan this time, just to blend. Then I'm going to take a Zoeva 231 and I'm going to go into Miles High, which is a gorgeous shade of lilac. I remember getting very excited about this one when I first got the palette. And then to tie it back in, I'm going to take my other Zoeva 231 and go back into Milkshake. And then I figured, why not go back into the Pat palette? So I'm going to take this shade over here, which is probably the prettiest one in the palette. It's called Synthetica, and I'm going to pop that on at the front. It could probably have done with a glitter glue, but that's fine. It's just the most sparkly shade in the palette, so it's just very, very pretty. Then for my waterline, I went in with the NA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in Vivid. These really are not the easiest to use. I feel like I like some of them better than others. This is not one of them, but the shade does just match really, really well. And then I'm going to add a nice thick smoky liner using my Inglot gel liner in black. I'm just going to let that dry down while I do the other eye. And then I'm just going to take the Zoeva 231 that I used with Motto, and I'm going to come and blend that out. Alright, so I think that's it for now for the eyes. I was initially going to line the top of the cut crease, but I think I'm gonna leave it. I don't know, I might change my mind by the end of the video. I'm just gonna go and do my foundation off camera, just because that's kind of always the same thing. It's not super interesting. And then I'll come back and we'll do bronzer, contour, blush, all of that, and lips, and finish off the look together. Alright, so my foundation is now done. Everything I have used is of course listed and linked down below. That is always the case in my tutorials. There are some affiliate links in there. They are all very clearly marked. If you do use them to shop, I will earn some commission from that, but of course there is no obligation for you guys to do so. So let's move into my bronzer, and I think that once again it's just gonna have to be the Revolution Bronzer Reloaded, because you guys know I love it. Can you see this dent that I've made? I don't know if you can see, it has such a dent, and somehow there's still so much product left. Yeah, I mention it pretty much in every single video because it is very, very good value for money. It's a really nice shade for my pale skin. I would probably buy it again because I really, really enjoy it. I would definitely say that it is one of my favorite products from Revolution. I know, I would go as far to say that. And then just over here as well. For my contour, I'm going to go with a product that I know works really well for me because this makeup's going pretty well so far. I don't want to use anything that I'm not, 100% keen on. So it's going to have to be the Revolution Patricia Bright Face Palette. I still have not invested in any new contour products. I saw on an Instagram dupes page that apparently the Revolution Eye Bright Concealer, which I have tested here on my channel and spoken about a few times, apparently it might be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury contour ones. I can't afford to pay Charlotte Tilbury prices, so I definitely want to test that at some point. Blush, I'm gonna go peachy. I was actually gonna use one of the eyeshadow palettes from the palette, but then I remembered that there's a peachy shade in here, so why not use that? I haven't used it in a while. Okay, it's not the most pigmented. That's fine. I'm gonna come and layer another product on top. It's getting there. I mean, this is a brilliant palette for fair skin. I reviewed it so long ago now on my channel, it feels like. I still think this is brilliant. I think Patricia did a fantastic job on this. I think that doing 4 different shades of contour palettes, great. They have so much depth. And this one, it's gonna be good if you're really pale. Like that blush shade isn't even showing up that much on me. So if you're paler than me, I think you can use this. Yeah, I think she did a great job. Look at me singing Revolution's praises like that today. Listen, sometimes Revolution do things that are a bit redundant. They don't always have products that I think are the best, but I think that when they do well, they can give us some good products. Also, I've seen today that they are releasing a face and body foundation, which does look suspiciously like the MAC one, which you guys know I really like. So I'm thinking I may have to review it at some point. Let me know. Do you guys want to see a review? I mean, if you guys want the review, then I have to do it, you know? There's nothing I can do about that, basically. I am also gonna take the Revolution Peach Glow palette, I Heart Revolution, sorry, just because it's looking a little bit matte, a little bit flat. So I'm kind of gonna go kind of down the middle, but I just want to brighten that up a bit, bring a bit of shimmer in, you know, make it feel a bit more summery. I mean, I haven't got the skin texture to wear a shimmery blush, but that's fine, you know, who cares? And I'm just piling it up on the nose at this point, really. And then I'm going to switch back into the Patricia Bright palette and I'm going to go for the highlighter, which has been well loved. I was wearing it every day at one point. I think it's such a good shade. Look at that, it is lovely. Have I told you guys how much I love this face palette? I'm not sure if I've told you enough today. I almost forgot to highlight the inner corner of my eyes, so I'm going to take my Pixie Liquid Fairy Lights in Crystalline. Again, another product that I don't stop talking about on my channel. It is super pretty. Oh my god. No, it's super pretty until it does something like that. Pretty sure I just got that right on my eyeball, but that's fine. I never want to finish this product because it's so pretty, but I guarantee it will be one that I repurchase. All right, I'm just gonna go and do my eyebrows and my lashes, and then we'll come back to do the lips together. All right, so I've got my lashes on. I wanted something a little bit more fluffy today, so I went for my Cara lashes from By Libby Beauty. And for the lips, I want to tie it back into the blush. I want something a bit warmer. So I'm gonna take the shade Tranquility from MUA and just pop that on. And once the lipstick has dried down, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. Absolutely love the smell of these. They smell incredible. And then to finish everything off, I'm just going to go in with some fixing spray. I'm going to use the I Heart Revolution Vanilla and Coconut Bean one. Alright guys, here is the finished look. I hope as always that you like it. I don't feel like this is anything particularly creative or innovative or anything like that. It is a very classic cut crease, but it felt like I hadn't done one in a while. Like, I don't really feel like I've done one over the last few weeks, and I just wanted some bright colours on my face. That's exactly what we've got here. I will flash up the original look on screen again so that you guys can see how they compare. I feel like they are definitely the same but different. Like the crease looks quite similar, and then the lid is where it really looks different. It's a different shape, it's not quite the same tones, but yeah, I really hope that you guys like this look. I'm gonna try and film another 2 videos today, so hopefully that goes well. You are probably seeing this look again, or you will see it again on my channel, who knows, because I haven't decided on what order anything is going up in yet. If you enjoyed today's video, video, then do as always, please make sure that you give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of it. And if you haven't already, then do please make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!